So special needs is obviously a topic that's near and dear to your heart, Wendy. And I've been around friends and family that have special needs children and things like that. And one of the things that's kind of quietly happening in the background is the question: what happens when you're no longer around to look out for that child or prepare financially and stuff. And I'm sure, I don't know if you can share a little bit about your concerns or what what you're kind of focusing on in looking out for that next chapter. But I'd love to hear your input on that, and then we'll talk about those five things.
Yeah, I mean, so I have a daughter with special needs, and then have also been around a lot of families with special needs children. And, there's lots of different levels of care that those kids need. Some, are able to take care of themselves as adults to a certain extent, and some are not at all. So, my daughter specifically is, completely unable to care for herself. So she needs 100% full-time care. And so, yeah, that's a concern, right? As
Mhm.
time goes on, depending on the age of your children, and depending on their type of, disability or needs, they may outlive you. And so, what is it that you do to make sure that they're taken care of? Because
Mhm.
you know, one, it's a lot of work for people to be able to take care of them, and then number two is it's expensive. I know with
Yeah.
my daughter specifically, healthcare needs and things like that. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's why it's so critical. And that's something that, we wanted to have this conversation for our viewers and listeners out there in looking at, where do you begin? Because it can be daunting. You're focused on the day to day, right? But there's that preparation that needs to happen for the inevitable date. And I don't like to talk about this, but we've all got a date in the future that we're not going to be here anymore. You know what that date is? Hopefully, it's far in the future, and who knows? But that's something you definitely want to take the time now to kind of prepare. And how do you get started on that? Well, first thing, obviously you want to get with a financial planner and look at putting, a plan together, not just a financial plan, but it also needs to be that comprehensive estate plan. That's kind of number one is, okay, I want to get together with a financial advisor and start building out a wealth plan for our family today, but also how do I pass that on generationally? And that's really where that estate plan is going to come in, and pulling in attorneys and things like that, that focus on special needs planning, because it is different. You're not going to leave a lump sum of money, to a special needs child. And there's a way you can do that, because that can also impact any state benefits you have and things like that, which we'll talk
right.
about that in a little minute. So that first one is really building a wealth strategy and a comprehensive estate plan. And number two is developing what's called a special needs trust.